Welcome back to Books on Tap. It's your boys, Ryland and Kieran over there, and Dylan right
Yo,
here. It's
Hello.
it's been a hot
Kieran's got
minute.
some new dances for the intro.
Huh?
Kieran's got some
hey
new
man.
dances
Well,
for the
it said
intro.
books on tap, and you had your book, and I had the beer. So
And then you just
No.
flex for no reason.
I didn't flex.
You did some weird flexing.
No, I did some weird moves, but I wasn't
We gotta
flexing. Man.
do
You would know
a
about it, bro. It'd be crazy. It would break the
Break the whole
universe.
screen, man.
break the whole screen. So,
Welcome.
Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. Boys, what were your thoughts?
Let's hear your thoughts first, because Kieran and I have talked about our thoughts a little bit.
Oh, okay. My
Like a fresh
thoughts.
take.
My thoughts was this book is okay. We'll maybe start from the beginning. At first, it's a bit YA. It's a bit YA, a bit cringy. You might even say a bit cringy and a bit overly sexual early on. Um, but man, this book is so fucking well written. Like you don't realize until later on how like needed those bits are in order to like properly illustrate these characters. And man, like by the end, I was sobbing so hard. Like the end of part three, man. Um, just it's so well put together. These two characters and their interactions with each other and like the greater themes that they both represent. And yeah, and I love all the little Hoyd bits where he's like popping in and being like giving all these contexts. I have some theories. I think this book Hoyd is like telling this short story to someone in world because like there's been a few
Yeah,
anyways, but yeah.
yeah.
I don't know who he's talking. I don't know who he's telling it to,
That
but I
would make
hope it's someone we know. Um and yeah, it's so heartfelt and genuine and all the good little things. This is one of my favorites for sure. Despite
Yeah.
despite despite the
I'm glad.
weakish opening, I think. But like in hindsight it wasn't. But yeah, that's my thoughts.
I'm glad you went first because it makes me think about this book. But I guess I'll go. Yeah, first, I said before we started this that I'm glad we read part three because I was not convinced of this book being good before part three.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Ron and I talked about how much we both didn't really like part one at all. It was just the humor from Hoyd still is the weakest part for me. Still falls flat. I don't like him as being the main focus. I like him interacting with the main characters in other Cosmere books, but when he is talking to you in the second person, I find it strange and it doesn't work for me.
Mm.
And he's trying to be funny, and it's not funny to me. But it was cheese. This book is extremely cheese, but it starts out like a cheese whiz, and it becomes like a nice like aged cheddar. And then part three, it's like it's like the cheese is still there, but it's refined. It's like quality, you know. Um, like if you give it, if I allow myself to give in to the like what the story is trying to say and convey with these characters, and like let myself eat the cheese and enjoy the cheese, then everything else comes together. Especially in part three, I can appreciate the characters a lot more. but I still find it very very drama, very like soap opera ish, um which works because that's part of the story as well. So, um, but yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not my favorite. I don't think it's even. It might be my least favorite Brandon Sanderson so far. But I don't want to commit to that because it's been getting better steadily as it goes on, and I think it's gonna be satisfying ending based on the way it's going. So we'll see. But the first part still I can't get rid of the cheese whiz taste in my mouth, bro. But anyways, we'll talk about it more.
I can't
Yeah,
wait to hear Ryland's take.
I align more closely with Kieran. I think if you
wow.
accept the cheese, then that it's great. Then it all kind of works together. I think the Hoyd part's definitely really took me out of it. The first part, I just found it like this didn't work and took me out of the moment, and I wasn't really into the moment anyways, so it just hurt even more. And then I think I've grown to like Hoyd being the narrator, and I think I'm happy he is because I think it makes the story more interesting having someone that's been on multiple planets, like their perspective, like him referencing like how crazy it is that there's nightmares coming to life, and like him explaining some of the dynamics of the worlds and like how they don't quite understand it, and like him describing the carnival was a really cool moment. How like every single world has a carnival, and but yeah, I'd say it's probably my least favorite book by Brandon Sanderson.
Wow, I'm so surprised.
But I'd still say it's good, and I can tell it's well written. It's just not really my style, and it's definitely grown on me. Part 3 was definitely the best, and I've been really excited to read it since like halfway through part 2, and like like I'm super excited to like read the rest of it, and I've been like really really enjoying the book. Honestly, just Brandon Sanderson, just the bar is so fucking high.
I think the central theme of the book, the Yumi and Painter relationship, it's been a carefully crafted like centerpiece of this whole book, and I'm finally buying into it now.
Yeah.
And that's really enjoyable, and that's the strongest part of the book, and because that's the main part of the book, I'm coming to like this book a lot. And I do like the Hoyd parts when he's just talking about Cosmere stuff, but whenever he's trying to make a joke, that doesn't work for me. But I feel bad saying that because I love Hoyd in other books. But
I do. Saoirse's the same. She hates wit. But I love him. Every time he talks, it's just like I love it. I love his his little quips and like his narrative look on the things, and I don't know. I feel like there's just so many beautiful moments in this book so far. Like when when she's having him stack stones for the first time and asking him what he sees in the stone, or like what he feels in the stones, and he's like, it's like I see like the way the shadow glints off. Like it was just the most like beautiful description you've ever heard of the stone. It's just like, you fucking idiot. Like, that's fucking meaningless and pointless. And it's just like I think this is just such a well crafted, like, women are from Venus, men are from Mars, but like coming together is like the way to the right way of doing things. And like they're such from like polar opposites in like every aspect of their lives, but they're like kind of forced to at first they're trying to teach the other one to do exactly how they do things, and that doesn't work. Like they need to incorporate themselves into each other in order to create greater like in order to accomplish their goals. And I don't know, the way that it's all written, like how stubborn they are both at first, I think is like super realistic in like a situation like this. And the narrative structure as to how they're evolving as characters throughout their experiences, I think is just like so well written, I thought.
yeah, I think I agree with you. It's really well written, and there's lots of really good moments. I think their quipping earlier on is like something that it does feel a bit YA.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's
Early
pretty hard to
on,
get around it. Yeah, and but like at the same time, they're I don't know. I guess Painter is 20. I can't remember if they say his age. and she's like 17 or something,
Mm.
or 18. So it kind of makes sense, and it gets better as it goes on, for sure, as they become to understand each other more. And it is a classic story, but most of Brandon Sanderson's stories they're just done really well.
Mhm.
So I don't really have any problems with that. And like a lot of the themes are predictable, but they're told so well that I also don't have a problem with that. So it's coming together. It's coming together.
Yeah.
It's getting better. It's getting a lot better for me.
Yeah, I will say, like, the opening bits, there was a lot of just like sexual tension, like that felt.
I didn't pick up on that, but I mean there was obviously like the bathing
The
scene and
bathing
stuff.
scenes, and then like
More touching.
the concubine thing,
Oh yeah, the concubine thing.
where
That was,
Yumi's like, "Oh,
That
you
was
must be his concubine,"
yeah, you must have
to
you not
Akane.
Oh
to
yeah.
Akane. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God. It was just very, I felt like it was a bit overly sexual for Brandon. I was surprised because Brandon's normally like not about that at all.
Yeah, that's true. Brandon doesn't delve into that territory very often, but it was done in contrast to their characters. So
Yeah, like in the beginning I was definitely feeling a lot of like YA cringe from those like sexual bits.
yeah,
But
I gotta say I was extremely worried from the first two chapters of the book. Like then it got so much better than that. Like it started out as being like this might be unreadable, and then it got a lot better because when it was just him talking as the narrator in second person, I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
what is bro?
yeah.
It just felt so weird. It felt like a writing exercise in second person.
Yeah.
It just didn't work at all for me. But then he just comes back more and more into the background as time goes on, and
Mhm.
then now he's just giving cool Cosmere tips.
Yeah.
So that's cool. All right, should we just start talking about part one more?
Sure.
Go
Or
from here.
just go wherever we want.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other big things that you wanted to chat about?
I guess not really a big thing, but something that's on my mind right now
Hmm.
is like the lowly highly thing.
Oh, yeah, I still don't really understand. I
I don't
kind
really
of get it, but like,
What do you mean?
like when he's like says something and then puts the lowly in parentheses or highly.
It's like
mhm.
said in like a disrespectful or like an angry way.
Yeah, I understand it in
Yeah.
concept. I just don't really know why it's in the book.
He's trying to yeah describe that their
It's
languages
like
are
I
very
feel like I
different.
could pick it up without that.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
It's like you lowly slime. Like,
yeah. I don't know.
you're such stupid lowly people.
Yeah, it's like,
Like,
you don't need the lowly there.
Yeah.
You can feel it from the context. You
He
can
must
feel
have like a very specific idea about what he wanted in the world. Like they have a very like beautiful language or something, and then he's like trying to incorporate it into.
yeah,
Like,
my take with that was like it doesn't really add much from like a reading comprehension standpoint. I think it's more as like a Hoid second person, like trying to better incorporate his, like, because like all of this is being like shown to Hoid through like images and like high on lines, I think. So like, I don't know, I think it's his way of kind of trying to inject some more
incorporating the culture of the two worlds.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I guess this is based on because Brandon Sanderson has a lot of. I guess he lived in Korea for 2 years. I don't know if this is specifically Korean, but there's
Oh, might be.
Japanese. But obviously it's a tonal language in real life, and that's something that's hard to capture in English.
yeah, that's what I was
So
saying.
I like looking back at the the cover page for this. Dude, Nikuro looks so different than I imagined.
I know, he looks like he's from BTS. He's
Dude,
like,
literally, he looks like some Korean super like model or whatever in this, and that's totally not what I feel like he looks like.
yeah, he looks way too cool.
Yeah, he looks
How do you
way.
look less cool than he does on this cover?
Yeah,
Well, the end of part one is him waking up beside Yumi after seeing the
Right.
nightmare.
So they just talk about their worlds for
Right.
all of part one.
Mhm.
Yeah, establish Leon as the worst villain in the
Oh
world.
god, yeah, Leon's the worst. Um, yeah, I thought the world building was quite well done for both of their worlds in part one, I think. Um, because I guess part one, yeah, it didn't have any of the weird YA shit in it, did it?
Uh,
If the ending is
yeah, it had cringe from Hoyd, but not the
yeah.
weird Y stuff was like
See, I didn't find the Hoyd stuff cringe at all, personally. I like the Hoyd stuff, but um yeah, I thought part one was just really solid world building. Um it
yeah.
was
I'm
interesting reading about the Hion lines, like it felt kind of weird, and then eventually you're like, "Oh yeah, this is just electricity, but weird electricity."
yeah, energy, electricity in the air.
Yeah, it's almost like a shard had shattered, and then like the Hion lines are like the veins of the shard that are like cast
Yeah, I
upon
think
like the solar system that they're then like bending and using to their advantage.
something is said about that. Like the shroud is something that after a shard is broken or God dies,
Yeah, yeah.
and
I
then the
think
high on.
yeah, I think it's just a really really cool Cosmere like I love all of Hoyd's little quips about like the Cosmere level stuff about the world. It's like, it's not like a very uh important one planet system.
Yeah.
Like,
Not politically, it doesn't have a lot of
Yeah.
influence.
I like
mhm.
it. I like his perspective. It's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. I find Painter's World a lot more interesting.
Same here.
Absolutely. Painter's World by far the more interesting one.
Yeah.
Yumi's is just kind of
Very
Too
hot.
Earth like,
yeah.
even though the
The
flying
only
planet.
yeah, the flying plants is pretty cool. I didn't like pick up on that in part one though. Like I think I kind of skimmed over a bit of hers world description because I thought it was more boring and
Mm.
standard. But there's definitely some things like the ground being that hot. Like you don't. I didn't realize a lot of the the world building stuff on that planet until Nikoro arrived there and started like interacting with
Yeah.
it, and like it was like, oh, that's a thing.
That's crazy.
Because yeah, I guess that's kind of the point, right? Is that Nikoro's world seems so like foreign to us, and Yumi's seems a bit more like common to us, like or like normal.
Mm.
And like it's like you could see how both the characters like to Nikoro, it's totally the opposite, right? Because he didn't grow up in a planet like ours. He's in the
Yeah.
Shroud area, and
Yeah.
that's just normal for him. So I think it takes someone being not being in there and being brought back into the other world for us to like kind of clue in how weird it is.
Really, it's a really well done that way. It's like not. I don't think it would have worked as well. It's what you're saying is true. Is like if they both had extremely strange worlds and they swapped, it would have been just less effective from our perspective.
Yeah.
But
'Cause you
hers is
get-
just weird enough for it to be weird. Like it
yeah,
is still very weird, but
probably.
like you didn't notice, like I didn't notice on first like read through in part one, like just how weird it was.
Mm.
Not that it's actually that weird, but it's just like very hot
Well,
under the ground and stuff.
flying plants,
And the flying
pretty
plants, yeah.
interesting, and the spirits transforming into repelling objects. It's
Yeah,
pretty
they're
good.
basically Spren, eh? Kind of.
Yeah,
The what, sir?
like
So they're
transforming spirits into statues that repel, and make things float.
Yeah.
And then like somehow crows manage the crops. I don't know. I kind of skimmed over that part, but
hmm
And they get spirits to help them to do favors.
yeah. Well, spirits are basically like they're mechanical tools. So yeah, they summon the spirit. The spirit commits to becoming an object that does something for 10 years, and then they use it to fly or something like that.
Did you guys read like the first sentence of part 3 or of
Part
part
four?
4?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, I won't talk about it.
Classic Dylan.
Well, dude,
Like,
I
Dylan's
flipped the
back.
page. I flipped the page to go put the bookmark in, and it's like your eyes skim over the first sentence.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Did you read the last page of the book back then too?
no, I saw like the first sentence of part 4 as I was putting my bookmark in it.
Did you read the back of the book?
The biggest defense from Round's perspective.
I don't know if I did actually. Did I read the back of the book?
I
Yeah,
think
no, I
that's-
did.
Doesn't say anything much.
Yeah, there's not much there.
I don't think I did.
It's not the back of it's the inside here
Oh,
of the
okay.
book for
Oh.
us.
Inside.
Oh no, there is also a back of the book too.
Just gives an overview. Um,
Because I think I had bought this before we read Warbreaker. And I think when we started reading Warbreaker, for some reason I had like associated the back of this book with Warbreaker, and I'm like, this doesn't seem very accurate.
Oh, did you already have this book?
Yeah, I've had this one for ages. Yeah,
Nice.
I bought it very soon after it came out.
Nice. That's a good play.
Dude, I can't believe, dude, Stormlight 5 is coming out in like only like
Oh my
4 months or something. No, it's more than that. It's like 6
like
months.
December. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not committing to the reread, are we? Because if we are, we have to start.
The reread's gonna be crazy long. It's gonna take
Dude,
so
that's
long.
gonna take ages.
Yeah.
We
We
gotta
have to
finish. I think it's more important to finish the rest of the Cosmere stuff first.
Yeah. I do
Like,
want
We
to.
should be able to get pretty close.
I do want to read at least a summary of it before before I go back again. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good because then we could, as we're reading it, we could like talk about what's happened in the past as well.
But
I wonder if there's a good summary podcast too.
I wonder if this is a good summary podcast.
Ooh, roasted so hard.
bro, it's a bad one, bro. There's a pretty mid one that's out there somewhere.
Yeah, we definitely could. Did we
Yeah.
record all of them?
Did
I thought we messed
Rhythm
up.
of War we have all of it.
I only joined in like beginning of Oathbringer, right?
Okay, yeah, so
Yeah.
there you go. I knew we didn't have it all. There you go. It can. It's not as bad. What do we have? Do we have a lot less though? Okay, so here's all the rest of the books. Oh, and there's a
Oh,
lot.
right. Is it all in here? There's not. We
Yeah.
don't have to read all white. We're not reading all White Sand. Is it all in the middle here?
Wait, what is White Sand a comic strip?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it comic strip?
Yeah, it's White Sand.
Yeah, Skyward is
read-
also not Cosmere.
Skyward
Skyward is
Oh.
not
and
Cosmere.
Alcatraz isn't.
Alcatraz is not. The Reckoners I haven't even heard of.
Me either. The Wheel of Time, of course, is not part of it.
Wax and Wane, Mistborn, Advanced Bell Stormlight.
Oh, the comics would be cool. Is
Yeah,
it
we
long?
could. I don't know. White Sand. Yeah. So we've still got Tress to read. We got Tress, Elantris, and Sunlit Man. I think.
Yeah, the Sunlit Man, which came out after this.
I think it's still off of it's still not on what's it called, Spotify, or what's it called, Prime.
Well, we'll make it. We have time.
Infinity Blade, is that part of it? And we don't know what
Uh,
Skyward.
No, Infinity Blade is I think he did the right. Infinity Blade is a mobile game.
Okay, so then we have the graphic novels, the collections, which we've done part of.
I think it's just the Cosmere collection.
Yeah. And there's the graphic novels. There's White Sand as the dark one. I wasn't a part of it. And we don't know if the Reckoners is part of. If the Reckoners are Skyward. You said Skyward's not, right?
Emperor's Soul, Stormlight Archive, Tress. Wait, where is this? Yeah, there's not
Forest
too
of Hell.
much more.
Is on there, but
There's another one.
that's part of the Cosmere collection.
There's also some of the Arcanum Unbounded stuff that we still gotta get through,
Yeah,
or that I haven't finished. Did you guys read Emperor's Soul?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good.
Did we talk about it?
No,
Not in the pod.
I don't think so.
I think we talked about it another time. So good though.
Yeah, so there's Elantris. Apparently there's a short story book 2 for Elantris. Emperor's Soul, 11th Metal, Mistborn, Mistborn Secret History we read. That was insane, man. We haven't done Allomancer Jack and the Pits of Eltania, but I literally could not give less of a fuck about Allomancer Jack, Warbreaker, etc., etc. Yeah, we gotta read Shadows for Silence in the Forest of Hell and Six of Dusk, I think.
Yeah, I've read that one.
I have not read
They're all in
those.
there. Kingdom of Bad.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
Which one, Shadows of Silence or Six of
Yeah.
Dusk?
I have Shadows of Silence. Shadows of Silence.
Yeah, and then White Sand, and then Tress Sunlit, and then what the hell is Isles of Emberdark? It's not out yet. Something. Wait, what the hell is Isles of the Emberdark? Oh, it's Secret Project 5, bro. Oh my god. There's another secret project.
Secret project? Did anyone even know about this?
A new secret project. This was 3 months ago.
Oh shit. Brandon Sanderson, just chill, bro. Why you write so much?
He's just
Not
ChatGPT.
narrated by Hoyd. Okay, all right. Should we go back to
Yeah, let's get back to
Let's
this.
get
back
back.
to Yumi? Back to Yumi.
All right, part 2. Unless you have anything else to say about part 1.
Do you guys have any ideas as to like what caused the shroud, or what's up with their worlds?
I think I'm just gonna go with the easiest answer of design is correct, and a god died at Painter's World, and it was like a crazy shard that we haven't heard of or something like that.
Yeah, because I know we know a lot of shards have been shattered. Not a lot, but like at least a few.
The nightmares are so interesting though.
Mhm.
Come in.
Do
Is
you
there
guys,
like a portal to Shadesmar, like nearby or something?
Cognitive realm.
yeah. I just have an idea that maybe like I don't know. I can't talk about too much of this without saying like the first thing Yumi says at the beginning of part 4.
Oh my god, bro, every time.
But you guys go ahead. I want to hear your guys' theories.
I think a portal to Shadesmar or something along those
yeah.
lines.
Or like
Like,
where
it's-
do you think their worlds are? Like are they on the same planet? Like what's up with that?
I don't know, Dylan.
I don't know.
Why
I
you
don't know,
tell
bro.
us? Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I swear that the narrator said that the planet that they're looking at was Yumi's planet. I thought that was confirmed.
It was not. It definitely was not.
Is it just his theory then?
Whose theory?
No, he doesn't know why the star shines through, but he doesn't say that it's her planet though.
Yeah. Because the end of part 3 they landed and it's not the planet.
Yeah, I know. That's why it was so weird though. That's why I was
Yeah.
like, what the heck? I swear
Well,
you
it
confirmed
was an assumption from everyone, but not Hoyd. Hoyd never said it.
Okay, I thought he
Yeah.
said it.
Can I just read you guys the first sentence of part 4?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Just so we can get all on the same page.
Maybe it's time travel, Yumi said.
I mean,
That's literally it. That's all I read.
Okay.
I don't think it is actually time travel, but it's something. Maybe it is. Maybe it is time travel.
I kind of thought it was pretty funny. At the end of R3, I was like,
Yeah,
this whole time it was just some random aliens.
just some
Yeah,
random
yeah.
aliens.
4 arms.
Yeah.
Actual aliens. Yeah.
It's like, well, we're going home. That's the end of that storyline. Nope. So what is your theory based on that, Dylan?
Oh, I don't have a theory. Or maybe it was like if it is time travel, then maybe it's like maybe like the spirit, like if she's in like a older time than or a further back time, then maybe like the spirits turned into the shadows because they've been used by humans and they're angry.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Definitely seems like they're getting screwed over with all those 10-year agreements. They like just come out to look at some stones and they get just captured.
Those
Yeah,
10 years.
dude, it's some
Sound like such
savage stuff
such
there.
a scam, bro. This 10-year contract, bro. I can't get out of it, bro.
That's what it sounds
I'm
like,
locked
man.
in, bro.
It sounds like that.
It
Sounds like
is
they're
pretty
getting scammed by
scam on.
Can't
fucking
break the contract.
some phone line or something, bro.
That's true.
Yeah, it is a
Didn't read the fine
pretty,
print.
I'm not reading the fine print at all, man.
definitely a pretty big scamaz.
Yeah.
Finally, just break and just become shadow people, stealing people's minds.
And their goal is to kill every human.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that it is time travel, and they're living in the same world. So
My other theory is like maybe she lives inside the planet.
oh, it's like the core, like journey to
Yeah,
the center of the earth.
but there's some like weird thing in the sky that looks like yeah, maybe the planet in the sky, maybe the sun is the same thing that they're both looking at because they're both on the same planet.
Pretty crazy, bro.
Because the I think the hint is that it's so hot on the ground.
Why is that a hint? Because at the
That it's like closer to the core of the world.
oh yeah, yeah.
And how can she see
Yeah.
anything if she's underground? Sorry.
Maybe,
I
maybe
think-
there's some weird like mirror type view, like kind of what happened in what's it called? That three body problem.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that shit, bro. I haven't seen that shit.
I haven't finished yet.
I still haven't either.
I have
Tried to
2
read it with you.
episodes left.
Tried to review it with you guys, but you denied me. So
It's very good.
okay, what? Okay,
The
okay.
TV
What
series
is
at least.
the spirits? The spirits come from the ground, right? In Yumi's world,
Hmm.
again, scammed by the 10-year agreements, and they're like, "Fuck this shit," and then they keep leaving the ground, and that's why. And then they just become shadow people, and now they're on the outside of the world, and that's why the ground is cold in the future, and they're in the shroud.
Hmm.
Boom.
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 Confirmed. Brandon Sanderson, hit me up, bro. For your next story.
All right. Anything else for part 1? Part 2.
No.
This is the YA cringe bit.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like that you got to be doing this. If you're writing a story about this, like this is the plot. This I can't see it going any other way than this.
What the like them peeking at each other while
Yeah,
they're bathing and stuff.
This is the vibe. This is the vibe the book is giving off, right? So yeah.
They're like, yeah, the bathing stuff's a bit weird. It's a bit weird for sure.
Yeah. I don't know what adds. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's weird. I think it's weird that Yumi's like it's ritual bathing, so it's okay just for you to see me naked. Then she's like
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense. Like your reasoning, even though you're Yumi and like your character explained very well, it still doesn't make any sense that you think that. But
Yeah, I agree. I
There's also
agree.
steam well eruptions in the towns.
what happens.
That's another different thing in Yumi's world.
Oh
Wait,
yeah.
steam well eruptions? What's this?
Oh yeah.
Like the water erupts in the middle of the town.
If it's the same world. That's nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Yeah, there was definitely a lot of YA cringe when they first met, for sure. It's,
Yep.
for me, I think it was specifically the um like the weird handling of like peeking at each other and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it felt like it wasn't really a consistent, like Yumi didn't have a consistent like thing of like what she was okay with, and Nikoro was just like weirded out and uncomfortable the whole time.
Yeah, the inconsistency with Yumi was weird, but
And then
the discomfort is normal.
yeah, and then like the Void comments on it, it's like don't be too what's it called of Nikoro, he's a 19-year-old kid or something.
Yeah.
Bruh. Staring at Design's titties.
Oh
yeah.
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 Yeah, that's true. That is weirdly sexual for Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah.
But you know.
How did you guys feel about like the dialogue between them though, outside of those bits?
Started out a bit weak for me, and then got pretty strong by the end of the third part. So, yeah.
I think I agree.
Same.
It was just it just got less predictable as the story got more complex, which is normal.
What do you guys think of Akane?
Akane?
Akane.
She's, I don't know. Not much to say.
She's
Yeah.
the popular kid who wants to try to be the mother for everybody. Making sure everyone's included and stuff. What else? What else was there?
About Nikaro. There's a lot of I think it was done really well because I thought it was I thought it was going to be predictable that he was just like a loner, and of course like his friends are actually cool people the whole time. You can see that from the beginning, and he's like, okay, like the true meaning of the story is that you should be friends with people, but it wasn't like that. He actually did something bad, so so I was glad of that in the end. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys, who did you think was more in the right at the beginning? Did you guys have an opinion on that? Like who's like, I feel like it's pretty easy to like draw sides at certain parts of this book. Were you guys like more on Yumi or more on Nikaro's side throughout like part two in the beginning bits?
I was on Nikoro for sure.
Yeah, like
But Yumi was like really controlling it.
1,000,000,000% for me.
Yeah.
Like, Yumi was like so
Being a jerk in both worlds.
Dude, it felt so unfair for Nikoro. Like, dude gets transported in and is just like getting reamed by everyone, just trying to like go along with whatever, and then like, you're a fucking liar, you piece of shit. Like, you made me think you were a hero, and it's like, bro, I'm just fucking trying to live here. Like, and suddenly it's like every time he goes to her world, he's like having to like getting scolded for literally every little thing he does wrong. Oh my god, dude.
Disappointed in him constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. and then like they go back and Yumi's just fucking with his life every
Yeah,
chance she
whatever.
gets, and it's
Funny.
like,
Yeah.
and he
Going
doesn't say
shopping, having the best
anything. I
Yeah.
was just like, dude, stand up for yourself, please.
He's a quiet man, you know. Doesn't want to interact with the world that much. Fair enough.
What did you guys think of design?
She's a
Funny
meme, absolute meme of
Yeah.
a character.
I liked her a lot.
Yeah, the cryptics are always super fun.
Yeah, I like how she's just seen as like some crazy old lady.
Yeah,
She-
no one. Yeah,
She's just completely
No,
honest with everything.
he's like 10% confirmed
Yeah.
that she's not human now.
Yeah.
He's like, maybe something is weird about design. But
yeah, it's so funny.
I was wondering that when Hoyt described her and was like, she's not very good with like speaking the human language,
Yeah.
like acting normal. I'm like, oh, I wonder if she gets away with it. No, she
Yeah.
just doesn't give a fuck. She just does whatever she wants.
everyone's just like, well, she's this extremely strange person.
Yeah,
Just ignore everything she says about her being an interdimensional being from the cognitive realm who visits this world.
yeah.
Yeah, good old design. Did you guys feel like that throughout the whole thing with Yumi and Nikoro, or like what was the point? When was the point where that feeling changed for you guys about who's in the right versus the wrong?
I feel like it went. It's a lot more balanced.
Mhm.
No, for sure. Definitely felt bad for Nikoro in the beginning, but I feel like it evened out fairly quickly.
When Nikoro just
It's
said,
like-
"Fuck everything, I'm gonna do what I want in your world,"
Yeah,
then that's when things changed.
Oh, you
And I'm
you
pretty
felt
sure
like
Yumi-
that wasn't warranted.
No, I felt like it
Did
was
you?
warranted. Well, I don't know. That was a bit much. The way you did it.
No, it was absolutely necessary, dude.
It was good. I'm glad you did it. I was just I was
Absolutely
pretty surprised.
necessary.
But that's when things changed.
yeah, it was necessary.
And then Yumi came back and
What's
started
that?
studying hard to be a painter. And everything's
Mhm.
Yeah, I felt bad for Yumi for sure,
Oh, absolutely.
but the whole time.
She's such a fucked up childhood.
Yeah,
Like,
she's fucked. Like, it totally makes sense that she's behaving the way she does.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's literally all she's ever known. It's like they go
Yeah.
to the carnival and it's like, oh, you never played a game before.
Like, she's like crying. It's like, you need to tell me how to have fun. Like, I don't even know what that is. It's like felt, my heart, pain.
Pain.
But then I think when she's training him to stack rocks, he's being a clown. And I was like, all
Oh,
right, man.
you think so? Which bit?
But I think the later, like the first lessons, I was still on his side, but he's like, his internal dialogue is just disrespecting it as a form of anything. He's like, this is so mechanical. But I don't know. I feel like he comes to realize what we realize.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
He was definitely a bit petulant at some times, but I would have been too. Like, yeah. I just want to jump ahead to part 3 a bit, really quick. We
Go.
can jump back to part 2 if we want at some
I can't
point.
think of it.
But
I'm gonna go to part 3.
sorry.
I'm good to jump to part 3.
That line at the end of part 3 when Yumi's like, "You're not a liar." Liars like try to take advantage of people by lying to them, but you're lying to protect the people you love, or like protect the feelings. You're not like a true liar. Dude, that got to me so hard. Like,
Oh yeah.
I thought that was like one of the best lines in the book.
Yeah. No, that was a life-changing thing for him to hear that,
Yeah.
and you could feel it in that moment. So that was really good.
Yeah. But he kind of was lying for himself, though, wasn't he?
Well, he was lying Definitely not the worst lie he told to his friends. Like, obviously, it was a crazy situation for him, and he made it.
And you didn't want to disappoint them because
there
was a bunch of events going on, like people's birthdays.
Yeah, like
after
like
2 months, it's like it's just a crazy situation at that point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like like he's not a good like it's her telling him he is a good person because the reason he was lying was for was to protect the people that he loved's feelings, even if it was the wrong thing to do, because it absolutely was the wrong thing to do, but it was like his heart was in the right place. Like he wasn't doing it for malicious purposes to like take advantage of people.
And his soul has his dream for his whole life just been crushed.
Yeah.
Completely. So he was in a deep depression at that moment. So but yeah, and then obviously when he goes to her world for the first time and lies about being a hero, he's an astral projection in another realm. So
give
the man a break.
Yeah, if I happened to me and someone like, you're a hero, I'd be like, yeah, man. That's me. Of course I am.
It's not like she asked him even. It was like you
are.
Like,
what does it mean to you? Like, I don't know. Like
she totally projected that onto him, like 1,000,000,000%.
And he's gonna be a hero somehow.
Well, he is.
He did it already.
Yeah.
Fun off the Stable Nightmare.
Dude, I can't believe that Yumi never fucking throughout all of part 3, not once was she like, oh yeah, like Nikaro's like here and he can like hear you all. Like didn't explain it to the rest of the group at all. I felt there were like maybe early on it would have been stupid to do that, but it just felt like, man, they really should have she really should have said something at some point.
Yeah, the story just doesn't work if you do that, but it makes sense logically because it makes sense that Leon doesn't believe them. Like that's
exactly.
That makes total sense.
Yeah,
but I feel like
friends
would.
You think they would?
They'd at least.
I don't know, man. It seems like everyone's like very like disbelieving in this book. Like Leon didn't believe anything. Of course not.
Of course not. Though.
But then like the foreman didn't believe for a second there was a Stable Nightmare. No one believes.
That was just because of Nikaro's character development.
Yumi said a bunch of things about Nikaro and everything. All the friends not believed. But where he is.
Yeah, true. Literally no one believes anyone.
Stable Nightmare, everything.
They like her though.
Yeah, it's quite mean.
But they don't believe her.
That's true.
Yeah, literally every single person has not trusted anything that they've said about it.
Yeah.
Literally every single. Actually, that's a lie. Not every single person. Design is the only homie.
Yeah, and no one trusts Design though. Design's telling everyone everything too. Design's like,
it's less. You're more sus if she says something is happening.
Yeah, that's why they're there actually, Design and Hoyd, because everyone's so untrusting.
Yeah,
that's the only place she can fit in.
Well, Hoyd is a coat rack.
Yeah,
Hoyd's a coat rack. Yeah.
So I wonder if that was like some weird like in Yumi's world, like how like the spirits get designated to do something stupid for 10 years. If that's what happened to him somehow. Like he got designated to be a coat rack.
Got a bad deal. That's a shit job.
Or lifting a building for 10 years, man. What would you prefer? Coat rack for sure.
It's something with the shadows, I think, for sure.
True.
Something to do with the shadows.
Window shop, you get to hang out.
Yeah, it's better, sure.
Yeah.
You're useless, but
there's something happened there with like there definitely is a connection between the worlds, obviously. I wonder if he's a spirit somehow. But he's not a spirit.
Oh, they're both real. I'm strong. I'm going strong for the time travel thing. Even though she said it seems like it shouldn't be that because she says it. But
I feel like it can't just be like, oh yeah, it's time travel. It's not.
Maybe it's time travel.
It is.
Hoyd agrees.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, end of book.
Part 4. Yeah.
Part 5. It'd be funny if
That was part 4.
yeah, that was it. One line. It was part 5. There was a lot more in here, but I felt this is
Yeah,
better.
Thomas just captured it. I feel like a book did that to me recently. Where I had a 1-page part.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
It's like, this is so significant. It needs its own part. I was thinking the whole time that they're gonna have to fully merge. Like when one of them is spirit, they're gonna have to fully merge with the other person. And I thought that would be the end of the book. Like
They
that's how
become.
they get out of it. But that already happened and didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be the. Because I don't. They got to be individuals still. I feel like Brandon Sanderson's would know. I feel like
No,
the.
I think they would merge and then become individuals again. But yeah, I didn't think.
When did that happen?
Like when she's attacked by the Salemlamer, she's dying, and
He like
hugs her.
no.
Yeah, they've got to do something with the in the cognitive realm. Like they're gonna definitely need to use the shadows and the spirits, I think, in order to get themselves out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, part 4. It's gonna have to go fast. It's gonna have to be fast.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, I'm actually so hyped.
I am too. I'm really excited.
Yeah,
I'm really excited to see the conclusion.
Yeah.
Conclusion.
Dude,
Yeah,
we're about
part
to get
3
the
was really-
Sanderlanche coming in.
I think what phases me is I usually really like the slow world building, like taking their time, like dialogue. But this book, that was like not my favorite part at all. Like, and that's what phased me is every Brandon Sanderson book, even the beginning parts where you guys say are slow and a little boring. I'm so into it. So that's what phases me about this book too. It was not the case for this book.
That's right. Yeah, that I how did you guys feel the carnival scene was like super cringy and like soap opera-y, or did you like it?
I don't know. I feel like there's a level of, as I said in the very beginning, there's a level of cheese with everything in this book, but kind of have to accept it. It's like it's like Downton Abbey. It's really good if you accept the cheese. It's like a good ass soap opera where it's so that part is pretty. It's definitely cheesy, but
Yeah. For
it's also necessary. I think.
for me, I actually I thought it was really I didn't really find much cheese in it. Like it was definitely like it was a love story and like in that sense, but I thought it was just like um I thought it was very heartfelt and like from a lot of different perspectives. Like when I thought it was like when she goes to like throw the balls at the thing and then like is knows the weight and stuff from like her stone stacking and then
Yeah,
like
she paints the painting at the end.
yeah, the like
Yeah.
giving the stuffed animal away to the kid after like the way like and their dialogue in between those I thought was really strong where it's like they're talking about naming him like they name it what like Leon McScruffleface or something and then yeah I just thought it was really emblematic of who they both are as characters and like connecting for like a night.
I thought it was the strongest chapter by far.
Oh, really?
I really liked it.
Yeah,
I
I thought it was
awesome.
I thought it was super classic.
Yeah.
Very extremely romancy, like been done 1,000 times, but it was really well done and cheesy but good. It was like because this book, I knew this book was a. It says this book's a romance novel or somewhere, and maybe on the back and the cover. So I was waiting for that a much earlier on, but I felt like we just got like a whole dump of it in this one chapter. It was like 10% of the way there, and now it's like 90% of the way there in that one chapter. So that I felt that was a bit weird.
Yeah.
But
It,
other
it
than
felt
that,
right to me. I
Yeah.
agree that it was like that, but I think it felt right given their characters. Like there'd been kind of glimpses of it coming through. Um, like Design's conversation with Nikoro in the noodle shop when he's like staring at her.
And they when they both
And they're
fly on the
talking
plane.
about love and stuff, and Design like talking with Hoyd about like that Hoyd told her to like investigate or whatever because she has like really weird ideas of what connection is and stuff. Um, like I thought that was really
Yeah, and it made sense because
good.
they're
Yeah,
under so much stress and it's problem solving the whole time, and they finally are like this
it all
huge
breaks.
weight is revealed, and they're like, "Fuck it, let's just stop. Dude, let's just stop everything."
Yeah.
It's
It's
something
like yeah,
something fundamental has changed here.
we've hit the wall and we need to take a break.
Yeah,
uh,
Yeah, and I didn't think it was like too like romantic. I thought a lot of it was about the carnival
yeah.
and and I'm just like it made me want to go to a carnival the way it painted
Yeah.
yeah.
the
No,
carnival.
it
It's
was
like
great.
it
It
was
was
so
great. It was
cool
really fun.
and
Yeah. Yeah, because it was beautiful and not too like overly like gushy romantic. It was very well written romantic, I
No, no,
thought.
it wasn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't sappy at all.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
wasn't. It wasn't that. It was just the setting is. As soon as they're like, "We're going to the carnival," I'm like, "All right, here we go." Here
Yeah.
we go, boys. But then, because I'm expecting the most classic sequence, and it is that, but it's
Mhm.
it was never too much. So it was like very tasteful.
Mhm.
Yeah, I liked when
Yeah.
it's that the people are the energy of the carnival. In their
Mhm.
language, it's called a place of a million lights, and the workers are called the light keepers.
Yeah, I
Like,
felt like there should have like when he was saying that, like that should have been like he said it with such weight, and I couldn't really understand what the weight was. Like on reflection, like it felt like significant that they were called that.
light keepers,
Yeah.
like they keep the energy alive, like they keep the moment
Mm.
there. I don't know, like
I thought it was just a cool anecdote, but
Yeah, I that's what I thought too, but I was like I kept like looking for like hidden meaning there and I just couldn't see any. But it did feel cool. But I felt like it was like surface level cool.
yeah, I thought it was just service level cool. I didn't think too much about it,
I don't know,
but
I thought, yeah, I thought like that it means like they keep, yeah, the energy
the
and
vibe
the vibes
keepers.
high. Like I thought, but like I don't know, I did think it was an appropriate weighting. I don't know,
Yeah,
I really like that moment. That's why I called it out.
Yeah. I
yeah.
liked it too, but like that's why I focused on it and like thought about it a lot is I'm like, "Oh, that's like I felt something when he said that." But like I
I don't
don't
know why.
I don't know what it is
but I'm
though.
like it feels
Yeah,
like I shouldn't have because there's not really much substance there.
Yeah.
At least when I'm thinking about it.
I really like the part when she's watching the like fire eaters. She's like, "Your people are experts in the most random things."
Yeah,
She's like, I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah.
It's also super funny when she's list. Oh man, I thought one of the best actually one of my favorite parts was when Yumi is watching that last episode of the soap opera
Oh yeah.
um and like the Ronin they're like making out and she's like, "Oh my God, they can show this on television?" And, and then he's like, "I have to leave." And then she's like, "No, it can't end like that." And like I feel like that end of that soap opera is going to be like totally emblematic of the way that this story ends for Yumi um and Nikoro in that like they have to go, but the way that she won't accept that sad ending as the ending and they're going to fight to stay together. And like I feel
Oh,
like
you think,
that's
Oh,
just like
you think there is gonna be a good ending beyond that?
oh, so
yeah,
he's
it's
gonna
going to be
accept
it's
it.
going to be a sad ending, but they're going to fight to make it a happy ending.
Mm. Nikaru will accept it and be really sad, but Yumi will will be like, no, there must be a way, and keep fighting, like Kelsier.
Like Kelsier,
Kelsey or
yeah.
Yumi,
Like
Yeah.
Kelsier.
the two
I
the
don't think
god
I don't
squad.
think necessarily
God
I
squad.
don't think it necessarily means Nikoro is going to accept it, but there's going to be like a blockade towards the them staying together. that they're both not going to accept. Because even Nikoro was like, he wasn't like on the he was on the side of the Ronin kind of, but like not really. Like he was kind of accepting it as like truth, but then he was
Mhm.
also like good and bad endings are both needed for it to be reality.
That's like the way you watch a really dark film. You're like, wow, that film was really good, but I hate life.
Yeah,
It's like, I really, yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite parts of the whole
yeah.
book.
Like I thought I man, like I just read that and I'm like, this is such a good way of
Priming us.
yeah, priming us for the book, but also tying in the world building of the High-On TVs with both of the characters like perspectives and like she's like getting addicted to the TV. It's so funny that like she's getting addicted to the soap operas or whatever that play every episode and then they're talking about how like, oh, we don't know it's gonna happen
World.
next and they always seem to leave it on a cliffhanger and stuff and like I don't know, I just thought it was so geniusly like crafted
Yeah,
together into a
that
scene.
makes me like the book a lot more too because it's. I feel like Brandon Sanderson knows what he's making here, and that's why he's included that as such a prominent part of the story. He's like,
Mhm.
I'm leaning into this being a soap opera, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's part of. This is it, man. This is
Yeah.
what I'm doing right now. This is
Mhm.
what I'm feeling in this moment. They're writing this book.
Everything's been on theme. Everything's been
Yeah,
It's been
true.
so on theme, yeah.
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 and I love that conversation they have after that soap opera part. It's
Mhm.
like sometimes people find it more realistic, and it's good that we have that. And she's like, and then she wants to get mad at him, but then she's like, I don't know, he's just saying it like it is, I guess. But she can't. She's not fully accepting of it, but she understands his perspective, and it's just really good, like mixing of emotions, and as they're becoming to understand each other more. So,
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, yeah, fuck. So much. Oh man, the last 5 chapters of part 3 are so much better than the rest of the book, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel about the shopping with the Kane um scene?
Didn't think. Sorry, it's good. It's fine.
It seemed a bit off to
Yeah.
me that Yumi would do that when she's so like focus oriented on in her other world. I know like she'd be distracted and excited by it. And I guess yeah, she feels like she needs clothes. Like that's just such a relief to her to be able to be clothed and things that are more familiar with her. And the idea of not being clothed normally is extremely upsetting for her. But it seems a bit nuts that she's just like going like a little shopping trip with someone when like it seems like there's so much tension in other parts of the book of like we have to figure out we have to get this goal. We have to spend every waking hour stacking stones for 12 hours straight to make sure you can learn to call the spirits in time and yada yada.
Yeah, it was a good contrast.
Yeah. Looking back, I think I agree in that, or I agree with the bit that like it feels like Yumi has been very inconsistent and like bipolar with her adherence to like the rules in that sense. But
Mm-hmm.
I did actually quite like that scene, and I thought like I felt like it was kind of meant to be like this scene's for the girls. But I actually was I thought it was quite well written and like the kind of like talking with the Kane and Yumi about like the dresses and stuff. I thought was actually quite interesting and that like it kind of really showed her interest in stuff and
Yeah, it set up a lot of necessary and important ideas, which is like Akane being the character that she is, as well as the
yeah.
contrast with Yumi's world. One of the earliest scenes that does that. I
Yeah,
didn't find it the most interesting part, but it was really important.
and it also showed a lot of like the stuff Yumi hasn't been that she's been deprived of throughout her life.
Yeah, yeah. Contrasts from that, like having things to own. Yeah, it's really funny when she was like, they know I'm special.
Mhm.
They're looking at me, and he's like, no, you just look fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's so
yeah.
funny.
There's some good. I actually really like going back way back to part 1. I actually really liked the part where she's like the concubine. It was really awkward and cringe, but it's also pretty funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was like cringing hard
I was
there.
dying. I was dying from the cringe, but I also was like, "This is good."
You guys got anything else you guys been thinking about? Any
And
other parts you liked, didn't like, thoughts you want to ask, questions you got?
I just want to know, man. I just want to find out what the ending is. That's all I care about now. I'm waiting for the next episode after that cliffhanger for the soap
Yeah.
opera.
Same here.
I guess it's also a pretty sad first part, eh? Like it's the books, like both of their lives are pretty miserable.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Definitely.
Both struggling with a lot of things.
They're living in depression for sure. He is.
Definitely bringing each other out of
She's
it.
living in denial, and he's living in depression.
Yeah. They definitely already done
Denial of
like
how she feels, yeah. How she
so
truly
much
feels.
recovery on that. Like what, like 90% for Yumi and like 60% for Nikaru?
Yeah,
recovery.
They both had. Well, I guess Nick Hart didn't have a crazy realization, but he had a crazy weight lifted off of him with Yumi finding out the story.
Yeah.
And then Yumi had huge realization finding out that she's one of the last Yokihijo.
Yeah.
That's still using the old way. And that was
insane,
crazy.
dude. What an insane
That
reveal.
broke a lot of things for her,
Yeah.
barriers for her, and it broke a lot of barriers for Nakaru when he found that out. Well, so.
Did you guys see that coming?
No.
No, I did not.
No, I didn't either. That 300-year fucking revisionist thing has already existed was insane. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, dude.
I'd be
What?
so confused. But it makes sense. No one talks to her.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, he's not allowed to talk to anyone. Fucking Leon, man.
Dude, and then Leon's like, yeah, you'd be really bored going back to go see your family, because you don't even know who they are.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't know who they are.
It's like you wouldn't even you just be sitting back with a bunch of strangers you don't even know. And it's like,
Yeah.
Oh,
why is that, Leon? Why
Yeah,
are they strangers? I wouldn't even know.
Yeah. It's weird. It's like Yumi, like I think did they mention like Yumi still like liking her? It's like
Yeah.
well,
an effect of like
she-
captors
she
bias or whatever it is.
she just acknowledges that she raised her.
Yeah.
It's just
It's kind of like your
yeah,
terrible mother.
Yeah.
If you have a terrible mother, my mother is not terrible, so I wouldn't relate. But
She still has a connection to her. All right, crazy prediction.
oh wait, one more thing. It was super funny. That Nikoro was like thought what's his Tobiro, I think his name was like such a show off for the ladies and stuff, but he's just like a afraid of women bodybuilder with the bros.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
like, bro, you get better range of motion when you lean back, man. The hypertrophy, bro. And I was
I
like,
really like that. That's so good. That's so good.
Dude, it was such a funny part.
Yeah.
I loved it.
That was actually
It's
so
like,
good.
bro, yeah, you gotta like do a couple reps like that, bro. It's like they're showing off each other's pecs, and they're like, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Dude,
like
dude, that thing you
clear
showed.
Brandon Sanderson knows someone who's like part of the games community because it was so on point.
Oh,
It's
his explanation of why he's fit too is exactly. I've used that word for word. Like you gotta like
Craft
we have these
yourself,
bodies
bro.
and we want to like
Oh,
test
yeah.
them to like be the best they could possibly be. Like he's like that's what I see, like a beauty in that, and like that's how I think too. I'm like I totally agree. I'm like
Oh man, it was so good. That was actually
That
so on
scene
point.
was so fucking good. I
And
loved
he
it.
comes over and he's like giving like hypertrophy tips and range of motion tips. And the other guy's like, "I'm plateauing, yo." I was like, "That's the most like, classic thing you could say."
That's so funny. And I loved because it's like Nikuro's kind of like the loser that's like, oh, this guy is such a fucking show off who just is doing it for the girls, and he's like, because he's like jealous and kind of like mad that he's not getting the attention.
Well, yeah, he's dating
Yeah,
the girl of his dreams.
the girl of his dreams, Yumi, bro.
Now,
Yeah, Akane. He was like into Akane, but I don't think he was actually like into Akane. You know, like he was attracted to
I
her.
like how
But
you think that. You really got into the book then. You know what I mean? Like that's what we yeah.
yeah,
I think it would better if that was true.
Sorry, what? The book would have been better if
Well, I
that
think
was
that's
true. Did you
true.
say?
Like he's attracted to her.
Yes. No, there's nothing that it's clear that
Yeah.
you really liked her or anything like they were like soulmates or anything, but
All right,
Alright,
predictions, crazy predictions.
crazy prediction.
My crazy prediction is Yumi dies. No, I don't. That's not gonna happen.
Uh,
Leon dies.
the scholars are gonna capture Yumi
Oh
in a
shit.
box, and
Suck her dry.
Karo is gonna stack like gonna have to stack 60 rocks in order to summon a spirit and break her out of it.
I don't think he'll be
he
able to stack
stacks
that
12
much.
stones and then paint them all.
Yeah, he's gonna. No, he's just gonna paint like a masterpiece in Yumi's world.
I don't think Nikoro is gonna create bring out more than 3 spirits.
Yeah, I don't think that's actually gonna happen.
Probably not more than 1
But I think he might paint in
at a
Yumi's world.
time.
Yeah, I think
He
if he
will,
paints
yeah.
the world, it'll work.
If he paints properly, he might be able to.
Mm.
So yeah, I can see that happening. Yumi gets captured, and that forces him to become the best artist possible that he can be with his painting, and does that. Or vice versa, he gets sucked. His soul gets sucked by the stable nightmare, and Yumi has to do a crazy painting in order to stop the stable nightmare.
Who's
Or
gonna die?
she gets
Who's
she
gonna
gets sucked
die?
in her world, and then he's like, I'm gonna self-sacrifice to get to be in the afterlife with you as well, because he knows that they go somewhere where they can be together.
Go to the cognitive
So
realm.
that's a stable nightmare take him.
I don't think they're both gonna die.
And then the three of them, it's 2 of them and Kelsier are gonna show up and be like, and then that's the new team. That's the Avengers.
Yeah, that's the start of an Avengers arc.
Yeah, Kelsier's gonna come out and be like, I'm starting and putting together a team.
I'm putting together a team, bro.
Can you paint?
Can you paint?
And rocks.
Yes.
Oh,
Rock stacker and painter. The 2 first heroes.
that's funny. What else? What else? What else? Who is eligible to die? I think Akane and Tobiko or Tobiro, I think, are eligible. I don't think they're gonna die. Maybe they. I don't think they
Leah,
will.
potentially.
If
I
one of
don't know.
them
I can't
does,
see anyone in
the
Yumi's
other
world
will.
dying. There's like no threats.
Leon maybe. I could see Leon maybe dying in like a redemption kind of thing. I don't know.
The robot stacker is gonna start killing people. And Leon's gonna fight it.
Yeah, I don't see many people dying. There's definitely gonna be some deaths. Maybe the foreman will die.
Not significant enough.
No, he's not.
We wouldn't care enough about that shit.
I would not shed a tear.
No.
Foreman is just
I
the
don't
biggest
know.
clown. That guy's so lazy, bro. He's faking his paintings.
It's got it. Yeah. I think some of the friends are gonna die. Maybe.
Yeah, there's potential.
There's potential
I
there.
feel like Torio is gonna die.
Yeah.
There's no way, man. He's so jacked. He'll be okay. He's so sculpted, he'll just flex and he'll
I feel like
be
no
like a
one. I
blank
feel
real
like
life
no
me.
one's gonna die.
That's
I feel like
probably the most accurate, probably the most
I
correct.
feel like I feel like I feel like you guys are right. The most likely people to die are Yumi and Nikuro. I feel like if they killed off Akane, they it would be weird for Tobiro as a character, or just be really sad for him. If they killed off him, it wouldn't. And the other two girls are too pointless to care about.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could kill Torio.
They could.
I'd be really sad, but
All right.
it would, yeah.
Highs and lows. Highs and lows.
I definitely for me was the carnival.
The soap opera scene, the last one, is a high. And my lows, the first chapter.
Conversation about lying with what's his face and with Nikuro and Yumi, where she tells him he's not a real liar because he's not doing it for nefarious purposes.
Nice.
And then my low is the weird bath scenes.
The bath scene, yeah.
Yeah, I would just say part 1. Thought it was a weak
Part
start.
2, it would have been part 2, or was it part 1?
I think it was part 1.
Pre their meeting?
Yeah, I don't know. It just was not capturing me. I remember reading 4 chapters of the book and talking to Karen and being like, "This book ain't it." I'm like, I know this book's gonna be better than it is in the first 4 chapters, but I'm like, I'm not. I'm very disappointed so far.
Mhm.
I look back at it now and I see it as a lot more interesting, but then it wasn't, and that's just uncommon for Brandon Sanderson. I find I'm usually a lot more captured at the beginning.
Mhm. All right.
Good ones. Good highs and lows.
I'm stoked for the next one.
I'm so hyped to finish this.
Yep.
Definitely next week. We'll be back.
I won't be here next week.
Oh, yeah, right.
I'll be in Ireland.
I knew that. I had that knowledge, but I forgot.
We can wrap it up here.
Week
Thanks,
after.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back next time with the conclusion to Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. We've been Books on Tap. Have a good night.